Hello and welcome to Simon's Simple English and IELTS. This video is all about toys. I've got an IELTS speaking part 2 question that is about toys, and I'm going to give you a model answer. After the model answer, the vocabulary from the model answer will be explained. But I've got a question for you. If you had to talk about a toy from your childhood, what toy would you talk about? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget, you can still get my IELTS speaking course very cheap. Just follow the link in the description below to check that out. Without further ado, let's get started. IELTS speaking part 2, model answer, toys. Describe a toy that you got in your childhood. You should say when you had the toy, who gave it to you, or who gave you the toy, what it was like, and how you felt about the toy. Why don't you pause the video here, answer the question yourself, and then see how I've answered. My answer will include the present perfect tense, conditional sentence, and a relative clause. Why don't you see if you can watch out for these? I've decided to talk about my yo-yo, which I was given as a Christmas present one year. If I remember correctly, I was around about 9 years old. I had seen some people doing some awesome yo-yo tricks on the TV a few months prior to Christmas. This is why I asked for one as one of my Christmas presents. I was incredibly excited because when I walked into the living room, I could see my stocking was bulging with presents. As I started to dig into them and rip them open, I felt extremely lucky to have so many wonderful gifts, but still no yo-yo. Eventually, I took out the last present and tore it open. It was exactly the yo-yo that I had had my eye on. It was luminous green and glowed in the dark and had a battery which meant the lights would flash when I did a trick. From then on, I was yo-yoing all the time, at home, at school, and everywhere in between. To be honest, I wasn't particularly gifted, but I did pick up a couple of tricks. In actual fact, I thought I would be a professional yo-yoer, but I soon grew out of this phase and got into skateboarding instead. Did you see the conditional sentence, the relative clause, and the past perfect? Did you pick them up? So I've decided to talk about, this is using the past perfect. It's a good idea to show some grammatical range so the examiner can give you a good mark for that. Which I was given as a Christmas present. This is a relative clause. So in my first sentence, I've not only have I used a present perfect, but also I've used a relative clause. If I remember correctly, it was around about 9 years ago. This is a conditional sentence. Let's look at the vocabulary. So, yo-yo. A yo-yo is a children's toy with a string and 2 discs. You can see in the picture, this little boy is using a yo-yo. Prior is an adjective, and that means before. So if this happened prior to going back to school, for example, it happened before going back to school. Incredibly excited. This is a phrase, and I've used an adjective and an adverb together. It means you're very excited. Tore is a verb, and this is in the past tense, and that's to rip or to tear. So to tear would be the present tense, tore is the past tense. Had my eye on, it's an idiom. Remember, we want to show some idiomatic language so they can give us band 7 or more. So, had my eye on is was looking to get. Gifted is an adjective, and that's talented or good at something. Luminous is an adjective, and that's brightly coloured or glow in the dark. And a phase is a period of time, usually quite a short period of time, like a few months or a couple of years. So that's my part 2 answer about a toy that I had when I was younger. Remember, you need to practice this too. So make sure that you practice answering these questions, and also let me know in the comments below what you would talk about. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you're getting some value out of this video, and also share it with anyone else that you think it would be useful for. If you want to see how I answered some difficult questions about shoes, follow this link here. And if you want to see how I've answered probably the most difficult part 2 question I've ever seen, have a look at this video here. Thanks very much for joining me. It's good to see you. Good luck with your English and good luck with your IELTS. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.